Your four favorites are Persona, Lost Highway, Mirror, and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. You said you watched Persona because of one of my recommendations, which is exciting for me because I love knowing I motivated someone to watch a movie that's now one of their favorites. But on the other hand, now I feel like I'm supposed to try and top Persona, and I don't know if that's possible. Plus, you already saw most of the movies that would have been my top choices, but I'm going to try my best. My top choice for you is The Holy Mountain. It's avant-garde like Persona, surreal like Lost Highway, existential and poetic like Mirror, and psychedelic like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Everything I just said could also be said about Enter the Void. Speaking parts like Lost Highway involves videotapes and kind of blurs the line between recorded and lived experiences. Like Persona, one of the main characters is an actor, so it has a lot to do with performances, both on screen and off. Like Mirror, it has a sort of elliptical editing style and explores themes of memory and loss. And it's kind of disorienting like Fear and Loathing, where at least one of the characters' perception of reality is a bit distorted. Cachet, like Lost Highway, depicts a couple who start receiving mysterious videotapes of their home. And the couple in this film's last name is Laurent, which reminds me of the Dick Laurent is dead at the beginning of Lost Highway. Like Persona, it uses ambiguity and psychology to expose the masks we wear to conceal things we'd rather repress or parts of ourselves we want to keep hidden. Like Mirror, it's about memory and reflecting on the past. And like Fear and Loathing, it depicts a sort of breakdown of morality. The Blackout, like Lost Highway, was released in 1997 and is about repression, guilt, and identity. Like Persona, one of the main characters is an actor and it blurs the line between performance and identity. Like Mirror, it's about memory and trauma, and like Fear and Loathing, it depicts substance abuse and an excessive lifestyle. Clute has the surveillance aspect of Lost Highway and the paranoia of Fear and Loathing. But it also explores the nature of performance like Persona because one of the characters is a sex worker, so her job is performing intimacy. Speaking of performance, I think you might like Performance. It experiments with identity and has characters who mirror each other like Persona and Lost Highway. Coincidentally, I just said Mirror, which is also one of your favorites, and it involves psychedelics like Fear and Loathing. Daisies depicts two women and a deconstructing of identity like Persona. It's experimental and surreal like Lost Highway. Like Mirror, it has a more poetic, dreamlike feeling to it than a standard linear narrative structure. And like Fear and Loathing, it's a comedy with an anarchic, chaotic, rebellious spirit. Celine and Julie Go Boating also depicts two women and deconstructs identity like Persona. Like Lost Highway, it feels like there are multiple realities or we're watching reality fold in on itself. Like Mirror, it's a mid-70s avant-garde film that rejects a traditional narrative structure. And like Fear and Loathing, it feels playful and almost hallucinatory. Opening Night is about an actress like Persona. Like Lost Highway, it depicts the protagonist's mental deterioration and feelings of guilt. Like Mirror, it's very introspective and deals with memory and reflection. And like Fear and Loathing, the protagonist drinks heavily and sees things that aren't there. Madeline's Madeline is another film about an actress that blurs the line between performance and identity like Persona. Like Lost Highway, it depicts the protagonist's psychological instability and fractured sense of self and reality. Like Mirror, it depicts someone reflecting on their relationship with their mother. And like Fear and Loathing, it's got some hallucinatory visuals. Perfect Blue is another one about identity and performance like Persona. It involves doubles and feels almost nightmarish like Lost Highway. It also immerses us in the protagonist's psyche like Mirror, and it can feel disorienting or destabilizing at times like Fear and Loathing. I feel like I sound like a broken record with all this talk about identity, reality, memory, perception, performance, hallucinatory, nightmarish, etc. So I'm just going to rapidly list off a few more that I think fit the vibe, and those are Shock Corridor, The Face of Another, Juliet of the Spirits, and Last Year at Marienbad. Since you like Mirror, I get the feeling you might like Dreams because it has a similar poetic, meditative quality involving dreams and memories, and both films are loosely inspired by the filmmaker's own experiences or dreams. And since you like Fear and Loathing, I think you might enjoy Gonzo, The Life and Work of Dr. Hunter S. Thompson, With Nell and I, and SLC Punk.